today? Are we going to be having problems again? I seem to be live, which is good. Let me just click on Instagram. And I think we're live everywhere. That's awesome. How are you this morning? The sun is out. Oh, here we go. There's a problem with Facebook every week. The sun is out, the sun is shining. We're all feeling the joys of spring. We're motivated, we're doing stuff. So what better time to pop on here and talk to you guys about money? You know, that thing we don't like talking about in the UK. Us British are a little bit stiff upper lipped, aren't we? And we don't really talk about money. And I really wanted to do that today. So I hope you're well. Hope you can see me. Send me stars if you're watching on Facebook. Send me stars. It makes a difference. Just put some stars in the comments and give me some love, please. I would love that. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Mandy Nicholson and I am the Creative Genius Consultant, and I'm an artist and an author and a creative retreat owner here in Scotland. And I help creative women to launch, grow and scale their businesses and make more money. We all go into business and start our businesses to make money. There is no, we do it because we love it, but obviously we're in business to make money. It's an alternative to working for somebody. And most of us have developed our money mindset around the age of 7. And it's based on the opinions and conversations and narratives of our parents, our grandparents, our relatives, the people around us, the friends and other people that we know and hang around with. We get a subliminal message about money programmed into our brains from such a young age, and we tend to carry that through life with us. So that can be a positive, it can be a negative. If you've had, hardworking parents who've had to struggle for money, that sort of thing, that's going to be passed on to you. And you may not even realize how big of an issue that can be for you with your money mindset. So that's why I wanted to talk about money today, and get it on the table. We need to talk about this more. And then there's the other side of it, isn't there? Where there's loads of people ramming it down your throat that I can teach you how to make $1 million overnight. So many people have been conned in the online space into doing courses and programs and paying for things that have not made any difference to them. The only person getting rich is the person they bought it from. And it's a trap. And it's not because their stuff doesn't work. It's because there's a huge block potentially with their money mindset. And you may have been a victim of this yourself. You may have succumbed to paying for things that have made absolutely zero difference to you when you thought they would. That can feel frustrating, disappointing, and it can further impact your money mindset, because then you're thinking these things don't work. Okay, so it's like a cycle. So how do you change that? I mean, you change it by starting to acknowledge it. So my money mindset goes back to, in life, my parents had always been abundant. My dad worked in Saudi Arabia. He earned a lot of money. We had a good lifestyle. We had nice homes. My parents ran pubs for a while. There was always an abundance of money. So I thought money was relatively easy to make. I watched them work hard. We were middle class, working family. I watched them work hard. And I went to uni and got a good job and, ended up in a 6-figure career, and I earned lots of money, but I had no control over that money. I spent it as quick as I earned it. I didn't save it. I was not very good with my money. And I didn't realize until I lost everything, and it was losing everything in 2009, becoming bankrupt, ended up living in a council house in Amble in Northumberland. And that's where my story began, my story with money, because I realized I had to work on my money mindset if I was going to change the way forward. Acknowledging that and accepting it and forgiving yourself for the mistakes you've made in the past was my number one start point. It really is important to go, I own up. I've been rubbish with money. I've not looked after money. Money has been a driving force in my life. I've overspent and not saved and not thought about the future. It was a big thing. I felt quite ashamed and embarrassed. And particularly when I was bankrupt, I've never been more humiliated than walking out of that bankruptcy court. So I decided I was going to work on my money mindset. And I signed up for a couple of programs with Jack Canfield and Bob Proctor, who I absolutely adored. And that was the first thing I started to work on, my money mindset. So forgiving myself and letting things go. But I mentioned in the advertising for this live that we were going to use the GROW model. So what does GROW stand for? The G in GROW stands for goal. The R is the reality. O is for options. And W is for the way forward. And I used this when I started out, which is why I kind of introduced it. I'd forgotten I used it. Often we set goals that are really out of reach for us. And then we give up because we're nowhere near that goal and we feel like we're failing again. And this is what a lot of the big ticket programs and the people promising you to make you millionaires out there are doing for you. They're promising you big things, and it's a big step from the reality. So your goal and the reality are important. If the reality is that you are not making the money that you need or want at the moment, how do you go from that to 10 grand months? You can't. It's a step. That's too big a step change. You need to make incremental steps and put foundational work in place that helps you to move yourself forward in terms of money. So you've got to look at what the reality is and whether you can step change or whether you're going to go in increments. And most of us need to move in increments. So I did not start out. I started out with nothing, absolutely nothing, zero, zilch, bankrupt, living in a council house, and rebuilt that wealth really slowly. So first things first, I set myself my first goal. My first goal was to earn enough money to make sure I could pay for everything. And paying for everything was my rent, my utilities, food, the kids' dance lessons, the kids' karate lessons, the car, everything that I needed to function. Nothing special, no extras. What was my ducks in a row figure? So that was my first thing. How do I earn that much? So the goal was realistic. I had a very realistic goal. It wasn't I need to make 10K months. It was I need £2,000 a month to live on. So I then went out and said, right, £2,000 a month is £500 a week. How do I make £500 a week? And I started my cleaning business because I could make £500 a week by cleaning people's houses and taking on contracts. And I built that really quickly and hit that figure. So that was step one, incremental goals. Right, how do I make an extra £100 a week? Again, not big goals. So realistic, looking at your reality and setting your goals in line with reality is a sensible thing to do. Then you've got to say, what are my options? That's the GROW model. What are my options? My options were I was living in a place where hospitality was prevalent. It made sense for me to do something quickly around that. Quick money. You can always make money. My sister said this to me on Monday. You could make money by just getting up in the morning. Because, you know, I did a workshop on Saturday for kids because I'd been asked to by a couple of people. I didn't make a lot of money, but it was 140 quid on a Saturday afternoon that I wouldn't have made. I'd have been sat with my feet up watching telly or in the garden doing something. It's just one of those things is once you changed your mindset and think that you can, opportunities and options come up for you all over the place. So I rebuilt my life really slowly, a bit at a time, by setting sensible goals and stretching them and challenging myself and moving myself forward. So I want you to think about, first and foremost, what is your mindset around money? What are your spending habits? Do you spend all of the money that comes into your household every month? Do you save some? Do you look for other options for bringing in additional income streams? What are your habits like at the moment? What's your reality? Before you set your goals, what is your reality? And you've got to look at yourself. Do you overspend? If you're out shopping down the high street and you happen to go into a really nice shop, will you go and spend a couple of £100 on something that you want but don't need? If you have to think about that, then there's a restriction there with money. Because having to think about it means you are worried about where that £200 is coming from, rather than knowing that you can make that £200. And that's a money mindset block, believe it or not. So you've got to be able to work on that and go, right, I want that thing, I'm going to have it, and then I'm going to go and make the £200 to that, because I can, I know I've got to do that. I do that all the time. If I don't happen to have like cash flow there, but I want something, I'll buy it, then I'll go and put an offer out there or do something to recoup that money. So I just always think I can now. And it's about that mindset set shift for you. So think about your spending habits and where you are at the moment. So I want to give you a couple of things that you can go away and do. I do have a little workbook here that is in my money mindset course that I've got a PDF for. If you want it, let me know in the comments. Send me a star and let me know, and I'll send you the workbook. And it'll literally just ask you to look at your current spending habits and then think about what additional things that you can do to bring money into your business. So if you want that in the comments, send me a star and say, yes, please. If you send me a star, I'll send you the PDF. So think about that. Where are you now? Where do you want to be? What's your reality in terms of your mindset? What's your reality in terms of your spending? What's your reality in terms of your disposable income? So think about all those things and get a what's my ducks in a row figure. What's my ducks in a row figure? What do I need to come in every month to live the life I want to live comfortably? Okay. And if you're not making that at the minute, then we're going to look at options. What things can I do to increase the income coming into my household that I haven't done at the minute? That's where your options come in. And then the W in grow is for way forward. I'm then going to set the goals and consider the way forward. What can I do this week, this month, this quarter, this year to change that in my reality? And there's always options. And I mean always options. If you think about making money, bringing more income into your household, there are always options. You can go and get a better job. You can go and get a second job. You can go into maybe a network marketing option, which is a business done for you, working for somebody else where you work commission. Loads of them out there. Utility warehouse. I'm working with a client at the minute who makes £30,000 a year minimum from utility warehouse. So, and that's just saving people money on their utility bills. It's a great multi-level marketing model. If you want me to connect you with Sam, let me know, because it's, you know, wouldn't you like to work and earn an extra £30,000 a year? Yeah. But anything you do, all of your options, you need to go all in and give them 100%. So that's what I would say. Money mindset says to me, if you're going to do something, do it with 100% motivation behind it, and commitment behind it. So there are loads of options all the time. Extra job, new job, multi-level marketing. Put out an offer. Put out an offer today. Put out a £99 offer and go find 10 people. You've made £1,000. Okay, I did a mini course on that last year. In fact, I've got a PDF on that as well, how to make £1,000 in a day. Do it. If you don't do it, you'll never know. I mean, if you went out there with a £99 offer with the goal of making £1,000 and you made 700, would you be disappointed? No, you would not. You've just taught yourself that you can do it anytime by doing that. Promote a painting or a piece of work. put a marketing campaign around one piece of work and sell it through your socials or platforms. Write some copy for it, talk about the painting, and put out a payment plan for it if it's a high ticket piece. Go and get behind whatever it is that you want to do as an option to bring in more money into your business right now. It doesn't matter what it is. You can even put out a £20 offer and then go for more people, put it out and try and get volume behind it, or get people to sign up to your email list and then put an offer out in your email list. There's something that you can do absolutely every single day. You can sell every single day, but you've got to be motivated and you've got to get behind it. So if your money mindset is at the point where you're listening to this going, oh, that's all well and good for you, Mandy, but I don't have that ability. Or yes, you do. That's your money mindset holding you back. It is those stories that whoever you heard them from, your Auntie Vera, your Uncle Bob, your mum, your dad, your granny, your granddad, who said you've got to work hard for money. Yeah, money doesn't come easily. Yeah, rich people are bad people. All those things that you may have heard over the years have impregnated themselves into your brain and are holding you back from saying, yes, I can. I can go and do this anytime I want to do this and bring in any amount of money that I want to bring in. So working on your money mindset, what's your ducks in a row figure? What are your spending habits right now? Are they out of control? Are they in control? Are you overcautious? Do you never spend anything because you're scared to? And is that holding you back from being a bit more entrepreneurial and having some entrepreneurial flair and figuring out how you can actually sell something? You can sell something every day. You can make money every single day in multiple different ways. Now, if you want to do that, if you want to work on it, I've put the link for my free mini money mindset program. It's an audio program. It's literally 6 short audios. You can listen to it in about half an hour. And it'll just give you some ideas of how to work on your money mindset. I also have a money mindset program. If you really want to get down and work on that money mindset, I've got a full program there. So if you want that, then that comes at a price, but there is a payment plan in place. But put working on your money mindset on your agenda, because when you do, that's when change starts to happen. So that's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to leave you with, remember the GROW model. Set a goal, look at your reality, make sure that goal isn't too far away for it. Set in incremental steps. What options do you have right now to make more money in your world, and plan a way forward? Work on your money mindset. Accept that you are capable of doing anything, making any amount of money. When I started my business in 2019, I was not a millionaire. I am now a millionaire. Now, I don't have that money in the bank. My £1 million fortune is in property and investments. Never have any money. I'm always skinned because I'm a bit of an extreme cheapskate. And I put all the money into the things that I know are going to hold the greatest value for me. Okay, but I always know I can make money. So it's a mindset thing. That took me 5 years. So how are you going to change your wealth and your future from today? And if you need advice and you want to speak to me, message me and we'll book a call. Have an awesome week. I will be back here next Tuesday, same time, same place, different topic. Have a brilliant time. And I hope the sun keeps shining for you and you make the money you need to this week. Bye for now.